talk now about robberies. Robberies targeting businesses reached a record high last year with 33 every day, according to new figures. These are Office for National Statistics, or ONS data, showing that robbery of a business property rose by 52% in the year to June 2024. So it basically has gone from 7,884 to 12,000. That is the highest ever reported. Also, there's another investigation by Usdaw, which is the shop workers union. I think that's, anyway, Usdaw actually also revealed 1 in 5 retail staff members had been the victim of a violent assault last year. Not even 1 in 10 robberies ends with an assailant. 50% of business robbery investigations were concluded without police forces able to determine a suspect. It's a free-for-all. Joining me now, Peter Kirkham, former Detective Chief Inspector in the Met. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a mess, isn't it?
It's an awful mess, and it's one of the more visible symptoms of what happens if you remove a large chunk of your police force.
Yeah, absolutely right. But I mean, this is the bit that I don't...
We started that in 2010 and it's still going.
Well, this is the bit I don't get, because it seems to me we've decriminalised shoplifting. It seems OK, you can nick 200 quid's worth of goods and walk out of the shop and no one does anything about it. Meanwhile, the government keeps telling us, oh, we've got loads more police coming in, so they say they've got tons more police. But actually, in terms of actual numbers of police, it's another 3,000. The rest are made up of specials and PCSOs.
Yes, you need to look into the detail of the various statistics about the rises in crime levels, as well as the rises in police numbers that we've seen in the last few years, following years and years of decline in those numbers. We've got special constables. They're great. They're fine. They've got the full powers of police officers. There's no difference between the powers they have and the powers of a regular full-time constable. But, of course, they're volunteer officers, and so there's a limit on what the management can do in terms of saying you will be on duty at this or that time. It's very much when those officers are able to fit that in amongst their other commitments, family and work-wise. So there's an issue there. PCSOs, they're not police officers. They're effectively citizens wearing a uniform with no additional powers. They've got a few limited additional powers, but they suffer from the same issue as security staff do, which is the managers of those PCSOs have to ask themselves, what am I asking these people to do? And are they properly trained, equipped and empowered to deal properly with that and safely with that? And if not, they're told don't get involved. And so where your constable will have personal protection training repeated every year, they'll have handcuffs, they'll have batons, they'll have CS or other incapacitant spray. Many of them will have tasers. The PCSOs don't have that. Some of them in some areas might carry handcuffs, but beyond that, they won't have anything more. And so they can't be asked to get involved in confrontational situations, just the same as the uniformed security staff in retail premises. And what that gives us is a situation where, as we're seeing in the footage that's being played alongside this, some people, with some justification, think they can just wander in and do whatever they like and no one will intervene in that enterprise. Well, if a police vehicle happened to be going past and someone flagged it down, they'd be finding, no, it hadn't been decriminalised, and they would be getting arrested and they would be finding...
And that's good to hear, Peter. Thanks very much. This is Talk.